I'm throwing my computer away. I just really want to throw my computer away. Hi, guys. Happy Friends with Frogs. I am Cassie. You're in Cassie's Corner. We talk about tips and tricks and hints about how to get out of your depressive behaviors and anxiety. I give advice. I'm not a professional anything. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not any kind of doctor or anything like that. But I do want you to know that if you are depressed or are thinking like really, really bad thoughts about yourself, there is a way to get out of it. And I can give you advice as to what helps me. I can give you hints. I can give you tricks as to what helps me to get through that kind of thing. It is not easy. It is very draining. It is very debilitating, especially depending on how deep down you go into your depression. There is a way out. I promise you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And you have to know in your heart that you can talk yourself out of your own depression. You don't need all the therapy. You don't need, some people might. Some people don't like. And it may work. It may not work. But the best way I feel like is to get out of depression is to free your own brain. Get out of your own head for a minute. Is to take your own thoughts and make them positive and find small things to be grateful for. And we are doing it by reading the Daily Stoics. I need to get deeper into the Stoics and who they were and that kind of thing. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't. I keep saying I'm going to lose weight, and I haven't. I keep saying I'm going to go to the gym, but I haven't. But I still think of it as having like leftover depressive behavior because I procrastinate and I have no motivation. I don't have, my energy is not at 100%, but I don't feel like that is totally a depressive thing. My energy, I think it's more of because I'm older. That can be my excuse. But I need to quit giving myself excuses. Today we are on January the 18th, lesson 18, day 18 of the year. And we are on the title, See the World Like a Poet and an Artist. Pass through this brief patch of time in harmony with nature and come to your final resting place gracefully, just as a ripened olive might drop, praising the earth that nourished it and grateful to the tree that gave it growth. Marcus Aurelius said that in his Meditations. There are stunningly beautiful turns of phrase in Marcus's Meditations, a surprising treat considering the intended audience, just himself. In one passage, he praises the charm and allure of nature's process, the stalks of ripe grain bending low, the frowning brow of the lion, and the foam dripping from the boar's mouth. Who can make the foam dripping from a boar's mouth sound beautiful? Think about it. We should thank private rhetoric teacher Marcus Cornelius Fronto for the imagery in these vivid passages. Fronto, widely considered to be Rome's best orator besides Cicero, was chosen by Marcus's adopted father to teach Marcus to think and write and speak. So there are two Marcuses there. More than just pretty phrases, they gave him, and now us, a powerful perspective on ordinary and seemingly unbeautiful events. It takes an artist's eye to see that the end of life is not unlike a ripe fruit falling from its tree. It takes a poet to notice the way baking bread splits its places, and those cracks, while not intended to be the baker's art, catch our eye and serve to stir our appetite, and find a metaphor in them. There is clarity and joy in seeing what others can't see, in finding grace and harmony in places others overlook. Isn't that far better than seeing the world as some dark place? I agree wholeheartedly with this. Part of my therapy is what I preach here is to think of positive things, to see things in a different way of light, instead of saying, I guess I'm living, I'm breathing, we take it all for granted. But if you look at it and look at the beauty of the air passing through your lungs and the carbon monoxide exiting your body, or the fact that your chest is pumping with life as you breathe, or realizing that part of the earth is coming in your body and exiting out, part of nature's process. You can find more ways, more beautiful ways to be grateful and thankful. Thankful for the trees and the birds and the flowers that grow, even the bees. If every bee was ever just a thought, if every bee was wiped out on this earth, we could only survive 10 more years without the bees on this earth. Think about that. Think about how beautiful that is. Everybody's scared of them. They don't want to get stung. Of course not, no. But if you think about it, we need those bees. And it is a beautiful, beautiful way of living. It is a wonderful way to have life continue on with such tiny little creatures. Just a thought. Just think about that. Or that clouds. There's clouds in the sky. Oh, just my luck. Really? What do those clouds give us? What is that cloud doing? It is doing that natural recycling of moisture in the air, and it'll bring more rain to us eventually. If not today, tomorrow. Depends on what cloud it is, what kind of clouds. Just a beautiful lake, just walking quietly through a park maybe, and seeing the beauty of the lake. Not just seeing, oh, there's a lake. There's a lake. There's a positive proof of water in this park. No, it's a lake. It's a beautiful lake. Let the sun hit it in the right light. Let the trees lap over and touch the water with its leaves. Look at how beautiful everything can be. And everything can be very, very beautiful no matter how sad you are. Like I said, you are looking at a woman who is deeply, deeply, deeply depressed for about 10 to 15 years. I can't really put a number on that, because there were just moments of clarification, and there were just everything just seems so blurred together at this point. So I really can't say if it's 10 years or 15 years, but it was a long time, much longer than needed, for somebody to be so depressed for so long. But I don't want anyone else to suffer like that. I really am working on trying to get you to see that there is a better way to see things. There are ways to help. There are hints. There are tricks. There are ways that there are so many different ways to come out of this on your own. And I'm not saying you don't need therapy. I would never take that away from anyone. I would, if you feel like you need to talk about it, it's best to get it all out. Whatever is bothering you, whatever you think is bothering you, it's best to get it out and off your chest, because if you bottle it up, your head is just going to explode with all kinds of dust bunnies. And I say dust bunnies in a way that I'm not saying that your feelings are not valid. That is not what I'm saying. I just, now that I'm over everything, now that I'm healing still, as a drug addict would, as a smoker would, as an alcoholic would, still healing, I can see how frivolous those negative thoughts were. I didn't have to think that. I didn't have to live like that. I didn't have to. I could have dealt without all those thoughts, but I had no other way to get them out of my head. I didn't have a therapist. All I had was me. I was battling some other things at home. I was, there were more than one element of just depression that I had to deal with to come out of it. But I did it. And I feel like if I can just give you these hints and tricks and tips and ideas to help you through these dark times, you will feel so much better about yourself. You will be like me. You will be all bubbly and lively and, I'm not saying I'm always bubbly. There are days where I'm like angry or, I've got something on my mind. But as long as I'm on here, I'm going to show you how happy I can be, because you deserve to know that it can be done. You really. And I'm not saying this is fake. I love being able to talk to you. I love being able to do what I do, because it's a miracle that I'm showing my face. It's a miracle that I'm talking. It is a miracle that I have friends that you can even ask. It's definitely a miracle that I'm even trying to reach out to anybody at all. Trust me. Just trust me. Trust me. Did anybody get any of that snow? We got a little bit. I was told this morning it was on the ground, but by the time I woke up about 9:30, I had a rough night again with the dogs. By the time I woke up, it was just not on the ground anymore. I'm really going to keep this video short, but I did want to share. I know it's late. I had a lot of things set me back this morning, and by the time I knew it, it was 4 o'clock. I was like, oh, I need to get my video done. So I'm kind of late with it, and I'm hoping that it takes this time. Otherwise, I'm taking the computer. I'm grateful for the computer. I really am. I thought I was going to, when my other one broke, it saved everything. That computer, I'd had it for years and years and years, and then it saved everything. It's like I had every picture from when Salem was young, when my kids were young. I had every picture, and with this one, I'm having to erase things every day to get the room to record these videos. So I'm hoping eventually to end up with a big. I know the one I have now, it's a Mac, so it's expensive, and I'm very grateful that my spouse did get me one for me to work with while my other one broke. But just decided to get old, and it couldn't be repaired anymore. I'm hoping eventually I can end up with one with, or maybe buy memory for this computer. I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So, but that's one of the reasons too. I kind of have to erase things. I have to erase old footage of videos to be able to put a new video on here. So it's very, very aggravating for me. But I need to get this message to you. It is important to me that you get these messages, because I want you all to feel better. I want you all to know that happiness can happen. Happiness. What else is there? What else is there? I can't lay stagnant in a bed and think, woe is me anymore. I can't do that anymore. I understand why you're doing it. I do understand your thoughts. I do understand, but there is a better way. There is something else out there. There's so much to be grateful for. There's so much to love about this world. There's so much. So I do hope that everybody gets these messages, and I hope that they find their happy place. I hope that you find that great big belly laugh. I hope you find somebody to be appreciative for, because when you appreciate people and give them that kindness, oh, thank you for blah, 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 that kindness, that first bit of kindness, you're going to be like, hey, where did that come from? I had to reach in my toes for that one. And then it becomes very addictive to be that happy, to be that kind, and to be that thankful. It becomes very habit forming. And then you want to bring that, carry on that kindness to yourself. So it is imperative to have that kindness and that grace with yourself, especially if you're doing affirmations, or if you're doing like practicing being happier, finding ways to get yourself out of this torment, out of this. Think highly of yourself. Think highly of yourself, because the world only takes you at your estimate. I have to keep reminding you this. You can do it. It can be done. I promise. So I want everyone to have a good night. I want everyone to have a great big life. And I'm hoping that tomorrow, Monday, yay! Remember, only 7 days away. But hey, I've given you warning. You don't have to wake up. Tomorrow is Monday. Be prepared. Just go ahead and put it in your mind. Tomorrow's Monday. I'm conquering Monday. Just one thing at a time. One day at a time. One thing at a time. 1 minute at a time. I'm conquering Monday. I'm conquering this Monday. This Monday's not coming. We're going to act like it's a Thursday. Okay? Y'all have a great time. Have a great night. Have a beautiful, beautiful Monday, I promise. It's coming. It's coming. You'll get it. I promise. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.